I'd always been a fervent believer in the magic of Christmas, where twinkling lights and festive carols brought immeasurable joy. Growing up, our family traditions were cherished, the bustling tree adorned with memories, laughter echoing as we crafted intricate gingerbread houses. However, the year that shattered our seasonal bliss was etched into my memory like a scar. My name is Sarah, and our family's cherished rituals were upended due to Dad's unforeseen job relocation. The move to a new town, abrupt and unwelcome, severed the bonds we'd nurtured with our community. Our rented house, with its creaking floors and drafty windows, felt more like a transient shelter than a home. Neighbors remained distant, and the once vibrant neighborhood seemed shrouded in an unfamiliar, haunting silence. Christmas approached like an impending storm, but the usual excitement was replaced by a pervading sense of isolation. Dad's prolonged work hours and Mom's strained attempts to maintain normalcy created a palpable tension. On Christmas Eve, a relentless storm enveloped the town, cutting off power and communication. We huddled together in the dimness, the twinkling lights of our modest tree a fading beacon. An eerie quiet blanketed the house, punctuated only by the howling wind that whispered foreboding secrets. As the night deepened, strange noises emerged, echoing through the hollow halls of our unfamiliar abode. Creaks and groans resonated from unseen corners, forming a disconcerting symphony of unfamiliarity. Anxiety gnawed at us, and in fleeting moments, I glimpsed shadows darting through the rooms. The disquieting atmosphere pervaded every crevice, stealing the very essence of the holiday spirit that once defined us. Morning broke, the storm finally relenting, but the feeling persisted. Dad returned, weariness etched on his face, recounting how the same unease had gripped his workplace. The town lay quiet on that Christmas morning, an unsettling stillness that seemed to forewarn of impending doom. Despite our earnest attempts to revive the festive cheer, an unshakable sense of uneasiness hung over us like a shroud. It was a Christmas devoid of the warmth we once knew, leaving us yearning for the familiar comforts we had left behind. That holiday season changed us, imprinting a lingering shadow on our family's bond. The magic of Christmas seemed a distant memory, lost in a new town where the sense of belonging had yet to find its place. I knew Christmas would never be the same after that bitter winter of '98. My name's Lily, and I'd always cherished the holiday surrounded by the warmth of family. But that year, life took a haunting turn. A chilling air descended when Dad's workshop shut down, leaving us with barely enough to scrape by. Determined to keep the spirit alive, Mom crafted decorations from scraps, her worn smile a facade for the hardship. On Christmas Eve, a snowstorm raged, our home a cocoon against the howling wind. As we gathered round the flickering fire, a sense of foreboding settled within. Just as we prepared to exchange gifts, a deafening crash shattered the serene night. The power flickered, casting eerie shadows as we traced the noise to the attic. Amidst the cobwebs and forgotten boxes, we found a relic, an old, ornate music box. Its melody echoed, chilling us to the bone. With trembling hands, I opened it, unleashing a haunting tune that seemed to seep into our souls. That melody lingered, infesting our dreams with twisted visions. Christmas morning arrived, but the joy was hollow. We exchanged gifts mechanically, our hearts burdened by an unshakable fear that now haunted our every moment. The music box's haunting tune persisted, a constant reminder of the sinister presence it had brought into our lives. Despite attempts to rid ourselves of it, the eerie melody persisted, casting a pall over our once jubilant holiday spirit. That Christmas marked the end of our innocence, a haunting reminder that some darkness lingers long after the festivities fade. I've always been the kind to plan meticulously, especially around Christmas. My name's Mark, and every year I'd orchestrate the perfect holiday for my family. But the year everything went awry, the unexpected crashed into our lives like a freight train. My dad's job loss earlier in the year meant scrimping on everything. Christmas seemed bleak, the tree was smaller, the gifts fewer. Determined to salvage the spirit, I took on odd jobs to afford a decent celebration. On Christmas Eve, I set off to get the last-minute groceries. As I drove through the icy streets, a thick fog swallowed the road ahead. I lost track of time, the fog making every turn unfamiliar. Panic clawed at me as I realized I was lost, my phone losing signal. Eventually, I stumbled upon a quaint little store, ancient and weathered, its flickering sign barely visible through the mist. Desperation made me enter, the bell jingling eerily as I pushed the creaking door. Inside, the atmosphere was heavy, filled with odd trinkets and antiques. An old man, his eyes like distant stars, emerged from the shadows, offering me a strange bauble, claiming it was the perfect gift. Unease crept over me, but the urgency to salvage Christmas outweighed my unease. I bought the bauble, the old man's haunting gaze following me out. As I hurried home, the fog lifted, revealing familiar streets, but an unsettling feeling lingered. The bauble's presence in my bag felt ominous. That night, our modest celebration felt strained, the atmosphere suffocating. The bauble sat innocuously among the gifts, its presence casting a peculiar unease over us. As we exchanged presents, the bauble glinted malevolently, its shine almost hypnotic. The unease grew into paranoia, each passing moment intensifying the sensation of being watched. On Christmas morning, a sense of dread engulfed us. The bauble was missing, replaced by an unsettling silence. Despite searching, it was nowhere to be found. A strange chill settled within our home, lingering long after the day had passed. That Christmas marked a shift, the peculiar bauble becoming a haunting enigma in our lives. Its disappearance left us with an unresolved fear, a chilling reminder of a Christmas marred by an inexplicable sense of foreboding. The bauble's mystery remained unsolved, etching an indelible mark on our family, forever changing the way we perceived the joyous holiday season.